Another exciting heat underhand as we have Kolohe Andino, currently ranked number 12 in the world, up against Jadson André, sitting below the cut at 27. Remember, it's going to be those top 22 men advancing through past Margaret River. And Kolohe Andino is sitting in a good position to be able to compete at G-Land again as we take a look at this flying right, huge floater from his opening wave.
Wow. Well, that was pretty special, and it's you know, the floater's not often seen as a high-risk maneuver, but Kolohe putting a little sugar on that one and then backing it up with a really ferocious forehand gaff, bringing it all the way through to the inside, connecting here. And you know, we've been waiting for Kolohe to really light it up here at Bells Beach, to dig into a good result. We want to see him in the finals rotation, and could this be the year? Have a look at this. Riding. He just started to relax up there, man, and then, yep, gets the little tail drop, and he just dug straight into the next turn. Here we go. Here's the replay of Jadson André. So this is frontsider versus backside. Jadson just took a while to get to that section, but when he got there, he blasted the top off it. And what Jadson does really, really well is just pivot in such a tight radius, whether it's off the bottom or off the top. His direction change is super acute. And, well, he's in that danger zone, as you said. This is a must-win situation for him.
Absolutely. An actual must-win situation for Jadson André as he comes through to the inside. We're waiting for scores now to drop from those first two waves in the exchange. As we take another look at that one, just perfectly 12 o'clock.
Vertical, and then gets the spin. All the weight on the back foot right now.
And that weight on the back foot helping him maintain control?
Correct. Just keeps the nose out of the board, gets those fins engaged with the wave face again, because there are these moments of weightlessness. Well, that might put a little spice on the motivation for Jadson André. Here we go, Kolohe.
I'd say so, with a big progressive push in the tail for that first turn from Kolohe. Lining it up as he comes through the inside now, really engaging that rail and putting so much power into each turn as he comes through to the inside, patiently teeing it up, puts that weight on the front foot to gain a little more speed now as he engages with it, goes for the rotation, and puts a little flare on the finish.
Yeah, it's one of the first air reverses we've seen on that final section today. And, well, Kolohe does those in his sleep. Nice and low. Bang, just explodes off, gets the tail slide, regains it, even grabbed the rail for a second there. A nice roundhouse cutback, rebounds off the foam, and again, another one. And then a little bonus section right off the end of the bowl. That one, a little bit more aggressive. And then some quiet time. Just waiting for this wave to rear its head again so that Kolohe can come through into the inside and finish clean, and he did that. Takes to the air, shows a little bit of progression there.
Looking really relaxed in his surfing today as we take another look at that progression. Like you mentioned, we haven't seen that from many waves throughout today, or really from the men's side of the competition. It was really fun at the end of Sally Fitzgibbons and Molly Picklam's heat in that elimination round. Really fun exchange between those two, bringing in some progression. And we've got a big set now rolling through for Jadson André, straight up into the lip and pushing hard off the bottom, driving in 12 o'clock once again with that really tight whip on his backhand attack. And Jadson hearing the cheers from the beach as he comes through for this inside section as well. Patiently lining it up, so similar to the in section for the last of Kolohe Andino. Goes in for another tight turn in the pocket and just slips off the wax, but I feel like he got the job done on the outside. Yeah,
all the work was done on the outside section. Through the bowl, and Jaddy just connecting 3 times up into the hook, a bigger wave. I feel like Jadson might go further out in front once this score comes in. So watch this. Tighten the pocket, and again drives around the section up into the hook. There's that pivoting action we were referencing, and again Jadson driving out of that third one. with a little bit more acceleration as he speeds out of that turn. Jams it off the lip on the inside, and then it all. I think his legs were spent by that.
Oh man!
By that point.
I mean, at that stage, you get a couple of waves like that, you got to be pretty exhausted. But it's moments like this that we love at the WSL, to see just two in the lineup on a perfect day at the world's best locations. Kolohe Andino driving down the line, channeling so much speed, has to duck out of the lip and lays it back into a huge opening maneuver. Straight up into that tail slide again for the second, and connects with the lip for the third. Now going a little flatter as that wave starts to stand up again on that inside section, and he's going to put on the punch. Wow, chasing a 7.59 to get the lead away from Jadson André.
Streaking down the line here, building speed. Ducks under the section there because he knew this was coming, and then just a super powerful gaff straight onto the bottom hand turn, back up into the lip, and again connects for a third time. So in terms of a series of connected turns, brother just producing. And a final little hit. Watch this, Shannon. This is one of the best hacks we've seen all day. Look at the position on the tail pad, just right on the edge, pushing as hard as possible. I just loved how quickly he got back onto the bottom turn and held it. And on that one again, showing more progression, drifting the fins all the way out. Adam Robinson, who is one of the local lads down here and knows this wave better than just about anybody. So Kolohe making sure Jadson takes this one.
Jadson driving up into the pocket. Great extension on his first turn. Right into that section for the second. And wrapping it back into the power. Setting himself up nicely for this big finish. And what a way to end off. Now he's checking back, but he can't even see over the height of the whitewater to see if Kolohe Andino is on the one behind.
Good wave. So Jadson's very similar height wave at the start. Jadson, a first hook up into the pocket, and a second one. Staying nice and high, tighten the lip. Gets a big roundhouse cut back as the wave starts to flatten out, and then works it all the way through to the inside. Gets the final hit. Great technique here from Jadson André. You can see driving through this one. Not as much pivot, really accelerating through it. This one, that was a tighter turn in the pocket. Maybe got caught ever so slightly, but still looking good. All the way through to the inside section. A little check turn here, and that set up this final maneuver. Late, explosive.
A lot of texture on the surface, and now it's cleaned up for this last one. And he's got a beautiful looking wall setting up in front, takes the high line, and now driving off the bottom into that first big carve. Into a second one, engaging the rail, staying in that top half of the wave. Working his way back into it now as he lines up through the inside. He's going to need to go big on the finish. Scores to come through now for Jadson André, and the answer back from Kolohe Andino.
He's committed surfing, but Jadson André, he got his own special ride here. Up into the pocket on a big one. And again, jams it tight and high. Drives around off the bottom again. Gets excited. And, well, these guys really showing us just how much it means to them. But that felt good for Jadson all the way in. And again, he's asking the questions. What do you want to see? Let's see what happened. Streaking down the line. Whoa, Kolohe takes to the air.
Yes!
Gets the big alley-oop. Long drawn-out roundhouse cutback. So showing the progression, the commitment. High-risk maneuver to start the wave off. And then brother brings it all the way through to the inside. Carving and arcing, waiting for the moment. Hits it again. And here we see the passion come out. What do you want to see? Is that it? Shannon takes to the air, textbook alley-oop. He's done this time and time again. Wow, difficult maneuver. Lands perfectly, just like silk. Gets straight back into the right position on the board, grabs the rail on the cutback.
The risk on that outside maneuver, Richie?
High.
Very high.
High, and the air, high.
He falls there, he loses the rest of the wave, and then he went to back it up like this.
So that's the first high risk, let's just say call it a high risk maneuver that we've seen in the opening stages of a ride today. I mean, we've seen some amazing rides. In the excellent zone, we've nearly seen 10s. But this is something different. So it is going to come down to the interpretation, what the judges deem.
Kolohe Andino, for the first time in his career, advancing past the round of 32 here at Bells Beach.
Oh, this is crazy. And what a moment for, well, for Kolohe to finally get the monkey off the back there. But, you know, heartbreak. Just heartbreak for Jadson André. Amazing surfing from that man. And look, he's just completely bummed and baffled as to why he didn't make that heat.
Such good surfing from the Brazilian.